let's talk about Mikel Arteta now. I've seen, I don't want to say impatient Arsenal fans because I mean they've been patient enough.
They've been patient for a very long time. You can't use impatient and Arsenal fans on the same sentence.
And some has gone as far as calling for Mikel Arteta to be sacked. I mean, for how close they've been this season, you know, Man City were not there when it comes to the title this season. They dropped, you know, a lot of form, and Liverpool were the team who everybody thought it was going to be Arsenal because how they've been close to Man City in a couple of seasons. Liverpool from nowhere won the title. Arsenal falling short in the Champions League, where they were like, "Look, we use this on whole body," kind of.
The fourth best team in the Champions League.
You know, you defeated Real Madrid and looked like the favourite to win it. Then PSG got knocked out by Paris Saint-Germain. Are you one of those people who want Mikel Arteta to be sacked? And if not, how much longer can you give him on the job? I mean, Arsenal are yet to win a title for a long time. So how much longer can you give Mikel Arteta, or do you want him to be sacked?
You've been with me longer than Arteta's been with Arsenal. You know my position with Arteta. I told you before Arteta was signed, during the Unai Emery days, I said that the next coach after Unai Emery is going to win Arsenal the Premier League title and all the titles, but it's going to take some time. Arsenal was a sinking ship, was a Titanic that have hit the iceberg. Arsenal was not a floating ship that you just need to jump aboard and then control the compass and lead the rudder to wherever you want it to go. That's Liverpool. What Slot came in and inherited a team that was good, and then he also had the grace of not having to deal with kind of injuries that Arteta dealt with. So the group of fans who want Arteta gone are people that have been patient for 20 years. You cannot underwrite their pains. You cannot take it away. It hurts more. If you die in Egypt, it's better than to get close like Moses and see the promised land and not getting. That hurts, right? So for some of these fans, the wait is taking too long. The anger that they are investing on Arteta is anger that they had on Wenger, Unai Emery, Freddie Youngberg for 2 or 3 games, and now Arteta. You don't just sack a coach for the sake of sacking. If you take Arsenal from where they were coming from, Arteta has made massive progress, massive inroad, massive growth. Unfortunately, it's like Neymar playing in an era where you have Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Didn't have any Ballon d'Or. So when a lot of people, especially Africans, want to judge and say, "Oh, he's a failure," and I look at them and like, in the whole of Africa, since football started in Africa up until now, Africa cannot present 3 players that are better than Neymar in their whole history. George Weah, Samuel Eto'o. I don't even know who the third one is. But those same people will say that Neymar is a failed player. That's the same thing with the way they judge Arteta. When you judge Arteta from the back of your frustration in the last 20 years, Arteta should go. But then when you judge Arteta in the merit of his 5 to 6 years, 5.5 years that he's been with Arsenal, 2 seasons, 8th position, 3rd season, 5th. The last 3 seasons, second. Every other team in the Premier League will be happy. If you give Spurs 4th position right now, they'll be happy. They'll celebrate it. They will do a bus parade. If you give, and people can argue that Arsenal is not Tottenham Hotspur, but Man United are going to probably win the Europa and do a bus parade and celebrate. Newcastle won the Carabao Cup, a trophy that if Arsenal wins it, we'll not even celebrate it. Did a bus parade, caused traffic, created a lot of problems. But these are Premier League clubs as well. Why is it that it is easy for us to settle down and see all those ones as okay? But when it comes to Arteta, people will say, when Arteta won the FA Cup, they said it was a fluke. When he won the Community Shield, they say nobody wins the Community Shield. But any other team wins it is important.
But the Premier League is the one Arsenal fans are waiting for.
Why are they waiting for it?
Is it the highest level of trophy in England?
But you can argue, it's not even an argument. You can have a conversation and say, 2 seasons behind Man City, there was no team in the Premier League better than Man City. The one season Man City had a problem, Arsenal also had double the problem that Man City had. Now, Man City's failure this season hinged on injury, right? Now, what if I tell you that of all the 20 teams in the Premier League, Arsenal have the highest amount of injury, longest layoff of players in the Premier League? Why is that not coming into factor? You are a Liverpool fan. If Mo Salah had gone out for 3 months, Gravenberch or Szoboszlai have gone out for 2 months, Virgil van Dijk had gone out for another 3 months, do you honestly think that Liverpool would have won the league title?
It's going to affect, definitely. It's going to. So it depends on how you handle the whole thing.
It doesn't depend on how you handle anything.
Because,
in the case of Arsenal, we started the season, all of a sudden, Odegaard went out for 2 months. When he went to go play for Norway, his ankle went out for 64 days. Bukayo Saka went out for 96 days. Gabriel Jesus has been gone forever. People say he doesn't score a lot of goals, but when he comes, he creates that havoc. That havoc was missing. And then Kai Havertz, as bad as he is, would have been in front and then Mikel Merino be in the middle helping, but it wasn't available. And then all of the other players, Calafiori, be there today. He didn't play 5 consecutive games, 90 minutes this season. And then Ben White, who was also very good on the right hand side, wasn't there. Thomas Partey went out, briefly and then came back. And then all of that. You think that will not affect the chemistry of the team? You think that will not affect the tactical alignment of the team? People say all sorts of things. I've heard people say, oh, should I play Kieran Tierney? My question is Tierney better than Miles Lewis-Kelly? Since Bukayo Saka came back, they've dropped Inter Nwaneri. This Inter Nwaneri, his time will come. Yes, so I would have played him over Odegaard because Odegaard have gone missing. I mean, I've never been a fan of Odegaard anyway. Odegaard is just like maybe 5 inches better than Alex Iwobi. I don't really rate him as a midfielder because in my own calculation, Odegaard is one of the worst midfielder to play that position in the history of the club. And that's all I always used to judge players. Like, are you better than the previous guys that have played in this club and in this position? No. So if you're not better than anyone, I can't rate you higher than the Fabregas of this world, the Gilberto Silva, the Santi Cazorla, the Emmanuel Petit, Paul Marcin, or Andres Lemper. Having said that, if a coach have to deal with all of these injuries, and he still end up in second position. Tottenham Hotspur, who's the second highest injury plagued team this season in Premier League, are lost in 17th. They can't even make up to 40 points. And then all of a sudden you said you should sack Arteta. Sack him on what ground? That he failed or that he didn't have the same set of players to play consecutively, and then the team that won the league have the full complement of their players, yet they have some injuries. Let's not fool ourselves here. Liverpool also had their fair share of injuries but cannot be meshed up. Liverpool are in 9th position in the overall ranking of teams with injuries in the Premier League this season. And then the same Liverpool didn't progress higher than Arsenal in the Champions League. Liverpool got knocked out in the quarterfinals?
Round of 16.
Round of 16. Arsenal got to the quarterfinals and then the semi-finals, but they are a failure. So it's kind of like crazy when we talk about Arsenal getting to sack Arteta. And if I may ask, I mean, if you know better, put it in the comment section. If I may ask, if you sack Arteta today, who's the coach that you're going to get? Don't say Xabi Alonso because Madrid have already taken him. Who's the coach you're going to go and bring? Roberto De Zerbi, Eddie Howe? Who exactly is going to come to this Arsenal team and build? Don't forget that when you bring in a new coach, all these teams again will be extricated and then we'll start to rebuild again. You're going to wait for another 5 years because Arteta is so close, he just might grab it in the next season.
Well, Arteta so close. Maybe we'll wait if he can grab it. Moving on now.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.